Good morning and welcome to the Forex Daily Update, brought to you by Pepperstone on Wednesday the 9th of January 2019. I'm Darren Sinden and you can follow me throughout the day on Twitter by using @ds_Pepperstone. Okay, let's kick off with a look at the overnight changes and price moves to be aware of. We're recording this video a little bit later than normal. It's around 9:30 London time, so we've had a couple of hours of the London session. What we've seen so far, gains for majors such as the euro and the pound sterling against the US dollar. The biggest mover against the dollar today, though, the Kiwi, the New Zealand dollar, up by 0.56% against the US currency. In terms of other movers, the Canadian dollar is pushing back against the US dollar as well, gaining by some 0.23%, but it's not all one-way traffic, I should say, as the dollar has made gains against the Indian rupee, adding 0.35% on the day. Dollar index, for its part, continuing to trade gently lower, I think is the best way to describe it. 95.78 trading, down around 0.13% on the day so far. Okay then, what's on the calendar? Events that may move the markets today. We've already had a speech from President Donald Trump, trade balance data out of Germany, Swiss consumer price index data, and the unemployment data for Italy. The unemployment data in Italy showing a continuing slowdown, I would suggest, in the Italian economy. 10.5% the unemployment rate versus a forecast of 10.1%. In terms of what's to come, at 10 a.m. we shall have unemployment data out of the Eurozone for the month of November, and that'll be followed at 13:15 by housing starts data for the month of December out of Canada. 13:20 we shall hear from FOMC member Bostic in a speech from him. He's one of a number of central bank features today. In fact, the whole of the afternoon is pretty dominated by central bank speeches and items. 1500 in Canada, the Bank of Canada interest rate decision and rate statement. Balance of probabilities is that the Canadians won't raise rates in January. If they do, it may be the single rate rise for the whole of the year. So it'll be very interesting to see what action they do take. Then at 15:30, we're back to speeches, and it's the Bank of England's Governor Mark Carney's turn to take to the rostrum. And then at 16:30, the Federal Reserve Bank of Boston's President Rosengreen will give us a speech. And then finally at 1900, or finally as far as central bank action is concerned today, the FOMC minutes, the account of the last Federal Reserve interest rate meeting back in December, who said what, voted how, and what their intentions are or thoughts are about interest rates going forward. And to round off proceedings at 23:50 tonight, you can find foreign investment in Japanese stocks and bonds for the week of January the 4th. Okay, breaking news then and comment that's caught my eye overnight. And first of all, US and China trade talks are extended and are said to be going very well. A deal is not done yet, but both sides have suggested that there's progress being made. US crude oil climbs to 3-week highs on that news overnight, and oil is up now by some 7.5% over the last week. Donald Trump addressed the nation to defend his government shutdown and request for a border wall, or at least the funds to build it. And despite a decline in the level of German exports, the trade balance and current account balances in Germany for the month of November both grew. And European equities are trading higher on the day as US-China trade talks, I should say, boost investor sentiment. Right then, food for thought, something to take away with you into the current trading day and beyond, and why not think about this? The global economy may be slowing, but there are still pockets of dynamism and growth across the world at a city level. The most dynamic cities are to be found in Asia, and this reflects an ongoing shift from west to east, according to data compiled by research house JLL and featured in a World Economic Forum report published today. And the graphic over on the right hand side here shows us the world's top 20 most dynamic cities according to the JLL City Momentum Index. And as you can see, all of these 20 are actually based in Asia, many of them in India and in China, though there are some in Vietnam, Bangkok and the Philippines. Right, please take a moment to read this risk warning. Trading CFDs and foreign exchange on margin can be a risky business. If you're in any doubt about those risks or the suitability of leverage products for you, then please do contact your Pepperstone account representative and do take a moment to read this risk warning thoroughly. Thank you for your time this morning.